Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Super English Talk. I am your host Ashiqur. Today we begin a very special journey together. This journey is called From Beginner to Fluent in English. It is not just a lesson. It is a roadmap. It is the best path that will guide you step by step, from your first simple words all the way to fluency. I want you to imagine this. Learning English is like building a house. You cannot start with the roof. You need a strong foundation first. You need bricks, you need structure, and slowly, step by step, the house becomes complete. The same is true for English. You start as a beginner. You learn simple sounds, words, and short sentences. Then you move to the next stage. You build confidence. You add more vocabulary. You practice listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Finally, you reach fluency. You can express your thoughts clearly. You can understand movies, podcasts, and conversations. You feel confident in real-life situations. In this podcast, I will show you that path, the best learning path, the most effective way from beginner to fluent. It is simple, it is clear, and if you follow it, you will succeed. Stage 1, the beginner. When you are a beginner, English feels difficult. You may feel nervous when you speak. You may forget words. You may worry about grammar. This is normal. Every learner feels this way at the beginning. The key at this stage is exposure. You must listen to English every day, not once a week, not only in school, but every single day. Even if it is only for 10 minutes, you must train your ears. As a beginner, do not focus too much on grammar rules. Do not worry about perfect sentences. Instead, focus on simple expressions. Learn to say hello. Learn to say thank you. Learn to say my name is. Learn to say I like. These small steps are powerful. I remember when I first learned English, I was afraid to speak, but I started slowly. I learned simple greetings. I practiced saying them out loud, and every day I got a little better. So for you, as a beginner, the first rule is listen more, speak more, worry less. Stage 2, the lower intermediate. Once you understand basic phrases, you enter the next stage. Here you start building vocabulary. Here you begin to read simple texts. You start watching English videos with subtitles. You begin writing short sentences in a notebook. At this stage, you must practice shadowing. Shadowing means listening to a short sentence and repeating it immediately. For example, you hear, "How are you today?" You repeat, "How are you today?" You copy the rhythm. You copy the pronunciation. You copy the intonation. This is powerful. Shadowing makes you sound more natural. Shadowing helps your brain connect faster to English sounds. Do not worry about mistakes. Focus on repeating and copying. Also, at this stage, start building your word bank. A word bank is a personal list of useful words. Write down 5 new words every day. Do not write 50, only 5. Because 5 words a day means 150 words a month, and 1,500 words in 10 months. That is powerful growth. Stage 3, the upper intermediate. Now you can understand more. You can read short stories. You can watch simple podcasts like this one. You can have basic conversations with friends. But here is the challenge. You feel stuck. You feel like your English is not improving fast. This stage is called the intermediate plateau. Many learners stop here. They feel comfortable but not fluent. They understand but cannot express freely. How do you break this plateau? The answer is active practice. You must speak longer sentences. You must record your own voice. You must practice writing short paragraphs. You must think in English, not in your native language. For example, instead of translating in your head, practice describing things directly. If you see a tree, say, "The tree is tall. The leaves are green. The wind is moving the branches." Do this daily. Soon, your brain will think directly in English. Stage 4, fluency. Fluency is not about speaking fast. Fluency is about speaking clearly and naturally. It means you can express your ideas without long pauses. It means you can join conversations easily. It means you can listen and respond smoothly. At this stage, your focus is on confidence. Confidence comes from practice. Confidence comes from mistakes. Confidence comes from time. Remember, nobody speaks perfect English. Even native speakers make mistakes. Fluency means communicating successfully, not perfectly. So relax, be calm, enjoy speaking, building habits for fluency. Now, my friends, let us talk about habits. Habits are the secret power behind learning any language. If you study one day for 2 hours and then stop for a week, you will forget. But if you study every day for just 15 minutes, you will grow consistently. Think about exercise. If you go to the gym one time, you will not become strong. But if you go every day, little by little, your body will change. The same rule works for English. So how do we build habits? First, choose a fixed time each day. Maybe in the morning before breakfast, maybe during your lunch break, maybe before you sleep at night. But make it fixed. When it is time, you know it is your English time. Second, make it small. Do not try to study everything. Instead, focus on one small task each day. For example, Day 1. Listen to a short podcast. Day 2. Write 5 sentences about your day. Day 3. Read a short story. Day 4. Shadow a video. Day 5. Review your word bank. These small tasks add up. After 1 month, you will feel stronger. After 6 months, you will notice fluency growing. Third, celebrate your progress. Do not say, I am still bad at English. Instead, say, today I learned 10 new words. Say, today I spoke 1 full sentence confidently. Say, today I listened for 15 minutes without stopping. These small victories build motivation. Input and output. To become fluent, you need both input and output. Input means listening and reading. Output means speaking and writing. Imagine a bottle of water. If you only pour water inside, but never drink, the bottle becomes full but unused. If you only try to drink without water inside, you will be thirsty. You need both filling and using, so listen and read every day. That is input, and also speak and write every day. That is output. For example, after listening to this podcast, you can practice by saying the sentences again. You can repeat them out loud. That is output. Or you can write a short summary of what you understood. That is output too. The balance of input and output makes your English strong. Shadowing practice example. Now let us try a small shadowing exercise together. I will say a sentence slowly. You repeat after me. I am learning English every day. I believe I can become fluent. 15 minutes. A day is powerful. I enjoy listening to English podcasts. I am not afraid of mistakes. Do you feel it? Your mouth is moving. Your ears are listening. Your brain is connecting sounds. This is how shadowing works. The role of grammar. Now many learners worry about grammar. They say, I cannot speak because my grammar is not perfect. But grammar should not stop you. Grammar is like seasoning in food. It makes the dish better. But the main food is vocabulary and practice. If you only study grammar but never practice speaking, you will freeze. You will think too much about rules. You will stop in the middle of sentences. So my advice is this. Focus on communication first. Grammar will improve naturally as you listen and read more. For example, when you hear, she goes to school every day, you start to notice the goes. You copy it, and slowly, grammar becomes natural. Later, when you are ready, you can study grammar more deeply. But do not let it stop your fluency now. Thinking in English. One of the biggest steps in the path from beginner to fluent is thinking in English. When you think in your native language and translate into English, it is slow. It creates mistakes. It makes you nervous. But when you think directly in English, everything becomes smoother. How can you practice this? Start small. Describe what you see. Say to yourself, I am walking to the bus stop. The bus is coming. I see many people waiting. The weather is warm today. These are simple thoughts, but they train your brain to stay in English mode. Later, you can think about your feelings in English. You can think about your plans in English. You can even dream in English. This is the stage when fluency becomes natural, real-life practice. Finally, remember this. English is not only a subject, it is a tool. The best way to use a tool is to practice in real life. So look for opportunities, speak with friends, join online English groups, watch movies without subtitles, write comments on YouTube videos in English, send short messages to people in English. Every small practice in real life makes your English stronger. Do not wait until you are perfect. Start using English today. Confidence is more important than perfection. My friends, many learners wait until they are perfect before they speak. They say, I will practice later when my English is good. But this idea is wrong. You become good by practicing, not the other way around. Confidence is more important than perfection. Imagine a child learning to walk. They do not wait until they are strong before they try. They just walk, they fall, they stand again, and slowly they learn. When you speak English, you will make mistakes. But that is normal. Every mistake is a teacher. Every mistake shows you the next step. So instead of feeling shy, feel brave. Say to yourself, I am a learner, and I am proud to try. The power of routine. Now let us talk about routine. Routine is stronger than motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Sometimes you feel excited. Sometimes you feel tired. But routine keeps you going even when you are not motivated. For example, if you decide that every morning before breakfast you listen to 10 minutes of English, soon it becomes automatic. You do not need to think, you just do it. It is like brushing your teeth. You do not argue with yourself. You simply do it every day. This is why I say, create a simple routine. Maybe listen to this podcast while drinking coffee. Maybe practice speaking while walking. Maybe write 3 sentences in a notebook before sleep. These routines become habits, and habits become fluency. Active listening versus passive listening. Listening is the heart of learning. But there are 2 types of listening: passive and active. Passive listening means you play English in the background, maybe music or a podcast while cooking. You are not focused, but your ears are still hearing English sounds. This is useful. It makes your brain comfortable with the rhythm of English. Active listening means you focus fully. You sit down, you listen carefully. You write notes, you repeat sentences. This is deeper learning. Both are important. Passive listening creates comfort. Active listening creates progress. So try to do both every day. Building vocabulary naturally. Now let us talk about vocabulary. Many learners make long word lists, but they forget those words quickly. Why? Because they only memorize, they do not use. The best way to learn vocabulary is naturally. For example, you hear the word journey in a podcast. You write it down. Then you make a sentence. My English journey is exciting. Later you read a book and see journey again. Now the word is alive in your memory. Also, use vocabulary notebooks. Not long lists, but short and meaningful notes. Write the word, a simple meaning, and your own example sentence. When you review, say the sentence out loud. This helps you remember. Simple speaking practice you can do alone. Many learners say, I have no partner. How can I practice speaking? But do not worry, you can practice alone. Here are some techniques. 1. Shadowing. Repeat what you hear. Copy the sounds, the speed, the rhythm. 2. Self-talk. Talk about your day. Describe what you are doing. I am cooking rice. I am washing the dishes. I am sending an email. 3. Voice recording. Record yourself speaking. Then listen. Notice mistakes. Repeat and improve. 4. Storytelling. Tell a story from your past, or explain a picture. These methods may feel strange at first, but they are powerful. When you practice alone, you remove the fear of judgment. You can make mistakes freely. And when you finally speak with real people, you feel more confident. The journey, not the race. Finally, remember this. Learning English is not a race. It is a journey. Some people learn fast. Some learn slowly. But speed does not matter. What matters is progress. If today you are better than yesterday, you are successful. If you understand one more sentence than last week, you are successful. If you can speak one more word than last month, you are successful. Do not compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to your own past. Celebrate each small step, because step by step, you are moving from beginner to fluent. Why clear pronunciation matters. Friends, many learners think pronunciation means having a perfect accent, but this is not true. Pronunciation is not about sounding British or American. It is about being clear. When your pronunciation is clear, people understand you easily. When your pronunciation is not clear, people feel confused. So your goal is clarity, not perfection. For example, if you say rice instead of lice, the meaning changes completely. If you say ship instead of sheep, the meaning changes completely. That is why practicing sounds is important. Spend 5 minutes every day practicing difficult sounds. Record yourself. Compare with native speakers. Little by little, your clarity improves. Slow down to sound fluent. Another tip, slow down when you speak. Many learners speak too fast because they are nervous. But fast speaking with mistakes does not sound fluent. Slow speaking with clear words sounds more fluent. Imagine a person running quickly but falling many times, and another person walking slowly but smoothly. Who looks more confident? The slow, smooth walker. The same with English. So when you speak, breathe, pause, do not rush. Let your words flow calmly. This makes you sound natural and confident. Reading for fluency. Reading is a strong tool for fluency. When you read English books, articles, or stories, you see vocabulary and context. You learn how sentences are built, and you absorb grammar naturally. But do not choose books that are too difficult. If you read a page and every line has unknown words, you will feel tired. Choose books at your level. Maybe graded readers, maybe short stories, maybe children's books. Read aloud sometimes. When you read aloud, you practice pronunciation, rhythm, and speaking together. It is like exercise for your mouth and brain. This habit helps you build fluency step by step. The role of writing. Many learners ignore writing. They only focus on speaking. But writing is also powerful, because writing gives you time to think. You can check grammar. You can build sentences carefully. For example, write a daily journal. Every night, write 3 or 4 sentences about your day. I woke up early. I studied English. I cooked dinner. I watched a movie. This simple practice builds fluency in expressing ideas. Later you can try longer writing. Write short emails in English. Write comments in English on social media. Write small stories. The more you write, the more confident you feel in speaking too. Finding community. Learning alone is good, but learning with community is better. When you connect with other learners, you stay motivated. You share progress. You share challenges. Today it is easy. There are English groups on Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord. There are language exchange apps. You can find partners from around the world. Speak with them. Write with them. Laugh with them. Even 10 minutes a day of real conversation is golden practice. It gives you real-life experience, and it teaches you cultural understanding too, patience and persistence. Now let me give you an important reminder. Fluency does not come in 1 month. It takes time. It takes patience. Sometimes you will feel progress. Sometimes you will feel stuck. But remember, the feeling of stuck is normal. It means your brain is processing. After a few weeks, suddenly you understand more. This is called the plateau and breakthrough cycle. So do not quit. Stay patient. Stay persistent. Step by step, word by word, sentence by sentence, you are moving toward fluency. Beginner to fluent. The path in action. Let us summarize the path. Beginner. Learn basics of pronunciation, vocabulary, and simple grammar. Practice short sentences. Elementary. Practice listening daily. Read short stories. Write simple journals. Intermediate. Shadow podcasts. Read more complex books. Join conversations online. Upper intermediate. Practice advanced shadowing. Write longer texts. discuss ideas. Fluent. Communicate naturally. Read widely. Express yourself freely. This is the road, and you are already on it. Every step you take is moving you closer, and remember, fluency is not only about language. It is about confidence, clarity, and connection. English as a global key. Dear listener, do you know why English is so powerful today? Because it is the global key. It opens doors to study, to work, to travel, to friendship. When you know English, you can connect with people from every continent. Imagine two people, one from Japan, one from Brazil. They cannot speak each other's language, but when they know English, they can talk, laugh, share ideas. English becomes the bridge. So when you study English, you are not just learning words. You are learning a tool to connect with the world. The power of listening. Listening is often the most important skill, because when you can understand, you can respond. Without listening, speaking is impossible. So how to improve listening? Step 1. Listen every day, even 10 minutes. Step 2. Choose material just above your level. Step 3. Repeat the same audio many times. At first, maybe you only understand 50%. After the second time, maybe 70%. After the third time, maybe 90%. This repetition builds strong listening muscles. Do not worry if you do not understand everything. Even native speakers do not understand everything in every context. Focus on the main idea. Bit by bit, details will become clearer. Shadowing for fluency. Now let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing is a powerful method. You listen to an audio and immediately repeat what you hear. You follow the speaker's rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation. At first, it feels difficult. You may feel like your mouth cannot keep up, but keep practicing. Start with short audios, maybe 1 minute. Play, listen, repeat, play again, listen, repeat again. Slowly your tongue learns the flow of English. After 1 month of daily shadowing, you will notice big improvement. Your speech will become smoother. Your confidence will rise. Grammar in real life. Grammar is important. But grammar alone is not enough. You need to see grammar in real life. For example, instead of only studying the present perfect rule, listen to how native speakers use it. I have finished my homework. I have never been to London. This way you see grammar as a living tool, not just a rule in a book. So use grammar in writing, in speaking, in daily practice. When you use it, it becomes part of you, building confidence step by step. Many learners say, I feel shy, I feel nervous. This is normal, but confidence grows with small steps. Start by speaking to yourself. Stand in front of a mirror, talk for 1 minute. Next, record your voice. Listen, smile. Next, speak to a friend for 5 minutes. Next, join a group conversation. Every small step adds up. Confidence is like a plant. Water it every day. Soon it grows strong and tall. The role of consistency. The secret of fluency is not one big effort. It is small daily effort. 15 minutes every day is better than 3 hours once a week. Because daily practice keeps your brain active. Your memory stays fresh. So create a schedule. Morning 5 minutes listening. Afternoon 5 minutes shadowing. Evening 5 minutes reading or writing. That is all. 15 minutes, but done every day. It changes your English completely. Motivation and mindset. Finally, remember your why. Why are you learning English? Is it for work? For study? For travel? For friendship? Keep your reason clear in your heart. When you feel tired, remind yourself of your goal. When you feel lazy, listen to a motivational story. When you feel like quitting, remember how far you have come. Mindset is the fuel for your journey. With the right mindset, nothing can stop you. Closing thoughts. So, dear listener, this is the learning path, from beginner to elementary, to intermediate, to fluent. Each step has clear practices, clear tools, clear goals. Remember, fluency is not magic. It is a journey. With patience, consistency, and joy, you will arrive. And as your host, Ashiqur, I want to tell you this. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Because every learner who listens, practices, and stays motivated becomes fluent. So keep learning, keep smiling, keep moving forward. The final step, becoming truly fluent. So my dear listener, we have walked a long journey together, from beginner to elementary, to intermediate, to advanced, and finally to fluency. Now the final question is, how do you stay fluent? The answer is simple. You live with English. You make English part of your life. Not just a subject you study, but a lifestyle you enjoy. Living in English every day. Start by surrounding yourself with English. Read the news in English. Watch short videos in English. Follow social media pages in English. Write your diary in English. Think your thoughts in English. When English is everywhere, it feels natural. It no longer feels like hard study. It feels like daily life, speaking naturally. At fluency level, focus on speaking naturally. Do not try to sound perfect. Do not worry about small mistakes. Even native speakers make mistakes. What matters is clear communication. Use simple words, short sentences, natural rhythm. When you slow down and speak clearly, people understand you. And when people understand you, you feel confident. Reading for pleasure. Reading is one of the best lifelong practices. Read books, stories, articles, even comics. Choose topics you love. If you love travel, read travel blogs. If you love science, read science articles. When reading brings joy, fluency becomes automatic. Listening for growth. Even when you are fluent, listening practice continues. Listen to podcasts, audiobooks, interviews, speeches. Every voice teaches you something new. Different accents, different speeds, different cultures. The more you listen, the richer your English becomes. Writing as a habit. Fluency is not only speaking, it is also writing. So write emails, essays, stories, reflections. The more you write, the more precise your English becomes. And writing also helps your speaking. Because when you write, you organize thoughts. When you organize thoughts, you speak more clearly, using English to connect. Finally, use your English to connect with the world. Join online groups. Meet new friends. Travel. Share ideas. When you use English as a bridge, it gives meaning to your effort. Imagine writing to a friend in another country. Imagine discussing ideas with people far away. Imagine working with a global team. This is the true reward of fluency. You are already on the path. Remember, fluency is not one moment when you suddenly become fluent. Fluency is a growing process. If you can listen to this podcast, understand it, and practice with it, you are already on the path. Step by step, day by day, you are moving forward. So never compare yourself too much to others. Celebrate your own progress. Every new word you learn, every conversation you try, every mistake you make, it is all part of your journey. Final motivation. And now, as your host Ashiqur, let me say this with all my heart. I am proud of you. I respect your effort. I know you can reach fluency. Do not stop. Do not give up. Keep practicing 15 minutes every day. Keep listening. Keep shadowing. Keep speaking. Keep smiling. English is not just a language. It is a key, a bridge, a door, and now, you hold that key in your hand. So go out. Open the doors of opportunity. Live your dreams. Speak your heart. Connect with the world. This was Super English Talk. I am Ashiqur, your host and your guide. Thank you for joining me on this journey from beginner to fluent. I hope you listen again, practice again, and believe again, because every word you speak brings you closer to the fluent English speaker you are meant to be. Stay motivated, stay strong, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, my friend, and keep shining with English.